From the station that's always local, always now. This is Fox 19 Now.
Now at 5, 3 more shootings overnight. A teenager shot in the leg in the West End around 1 o'clock this morning is expected to be okay, while another woman has been arrested for shooting her sister in Walnut Hills after a fight. She also is expected to be okay. Good evening, I'm Chris Riva.
I'm Amber Jayon filling in for Tricia. Now, 22-year-old Keyshawn Wright died after being shot downtown near East 8th and Walnut Street. And Fox 19's Joanna Burris talked to the chair of Neighborhoods United Cincinnati today about a plan to end gun violence, and the details are only on Fox 19 Now. So what are you learning, Joanna?
As another family is devastated by gun violence, Neighborhoods United says it has a plan on how it thinks it can reduce all this violence. Now, it's broken down into 4 categories: health, education, economics, and violence mitigation. And eventually turn it into legislation. I'm live in downtown Cincinnati. Joanna Boris, Fox 19 Now.
All right, thank you, Joanna. Also, the recent gun violence has caught the attention of Governor Mike DeWine.
You saw his comments about that today right here on Fox 19. He addressed that tragedy in Cincinnati and other Ohio cities in his news conference. Trevor Peters now with his recommendation to legislatures at the Alert Desk.
Well, Governor DeWine said today in his statewide news conference that enough is enough. From last Friday to today, DeWine says 56 people were shot in the state and 17 of them died, including the deadly overnight Sunday morning in Cincinnati. DeWine says there is legislation pending in the General Assembly that would address gun violence. Take a listen.
I'm asking my friends in the General Assembly to take a look at this. This is something that I don't think is controversial. These are people who are not allowed to have a gun. I think there's a general consensus in society that those individuals who are not allowed to have a gun and who are repeat violent offenders need to be removed from society.
In addition to the 19 shot and 4 killed Sunday morning in Cincinnati, DeWine says there was an 8-year-old girl shot and killed in Akron Friday at a backyard birthday party, and a 15-year-old killed in Toledo Sunday. Guys.
Gun violence certainly an ongoing problem, not only in the city but across the state. We have heard from the assistant police chief say repeat offenders are getting their hands on weapons. At 6, I sit down with the U.S. attorney from Southern Ohio and ask him what his division is actively doing to help get illegal guns off the streets.
Look forward to hearing that discussion. Also, we have new reaction right now in the fallout from what Reds broadcaster Tom Brennaman said last night.
Some Reds players took to social media, Twitter specifically, with some very strong thoughts.
That's right. Now they're sounding off on the mic, and Jeremy Rao, he's live at the ballpark with the very latest. So what can you tell us, Jeremy?
All right, guys, this is where things stand right now. Live outside the ballpark, Jeremy Rao, Fox 19 Now.
Yeah, there was quite a delay in that apology, and a lot of people are still talking about that today, for sure.
All right, Jeremy, thank you.
And of course, this is a constantly developing situation as different organizations across the city put out their statements and reactions. Our Morgan Parrish, she spoke with a local LGBTQ organization, and we'll hear from her a little bit later. And plus, with everything that you need to know about this story, that can be found on our website, fox19now.com.
As we take a look outside and what our day is looking like into the afternoon hours, beautiful day again today.
You know, I stepped outside, even yesterday, I thought it can't get better than this. And then you step outside today and it's just gorgeous. But unfortunately, this is going to be short-lived, right, Steve?
Yeah, I think so, because tomorrow you're going to feel that the humidity is going to be on the increase. I'll be back with the updated 7-day forecast coming up here in just a few minutes.
Steve, thanks. Bond is now set for a local kidnapping suspect. What we're learning now about this investigation.
Plus, Middletown Schools is remembering the life of a 4th grader, why doctors are calling her death a mystery. Well, bond is now set for an attempted murder suspect, Ryan Stoll. Now, Stoll, along with 2 others, are accused of trying to rob Zachary Dunnigan of $5,000. Now, when Dunnigan didn't give them the money, police say that they beat him and drove around with him in the trunk of a car for several hours. They even reportedly shot the man 9 times and left him to die, but Dunnigan survived. And Stoll's bond is now $1.5 million. He's due back in court August 31st. And the Middletown community is in mourning following the death of a 4th grader.
Dory Ellis Reyes Paula had been fighting for her life at Cincinnati Children's Hospital since May. Fox 19 spoke with her mom last week as she told us the doctors didn't know what was wrong. She did test positive for COVID-19, but it's still unclear what other underlying health concerns there were, if any. Middletown City School District put out a statement today saying that Dory Ellis was full of life, also describing her as kind and a quiet leader. The district is providing grief resources, including counselors for students who need to talk.
So sad. Also, calls for boycotts of Goodyear, while some are saying that they're not planning to take part.
Coming up on Fox 19 now, hear what the LGBTQ community has to say after Tom Brennaman said an anti-gay slur on air.
Despite President Trump's tweet about boycotting Goodyear, a lot of people in Akron say that that's a movement that they just cannot get behind. Here's how it all started. A Goodyear employee posted a photo of a company policy alleging restricting political attire in the workplace, and that didn't include the MAGA attire, Make America Great Again. However, the company did put out a statement saying that the visual in question was not created or distributed by Goodyear, corporate that is, and that is when President Trump tweeted about the situation. But for the most part, people say that they do not plan on boycotting a company that has been good to them.
I do support Trump, but I don't like him saying ban, a company, a whole company with a lot of workers and a lot of business. Good for Ohio, obviously, because they don't want to wear his hat. I mean, everybody should, be free to do what they want and wear what they want and say what they want.
There was a rally outside of Goodyear today in support of the company. The congressman and state representatives showed up to voice their concerns following the president's social media post.
And Goodyear isn't the only story gaining national attention. Tom Brennaman's use of an anti-gay slur is now drawing a lot of criticism. And we're sending things back out to Great American Ballpark, this time to Morgan Parrish. So Morgan, what's the response that you've seen to the broadcaster's apology?
Amber, well, yes, I'm here at Great American Ballpark, where a lot of people tell me they spend their free time here attending the Reds games. Of course, that was before COVID-19 hit, but the reactions are mixed. Reporting in Cincinnati, I'm Morgan Parrish, Fox 19 now.
Definitely a learning moment. All right, thank you, Morgan. Of course, that conversation is going to continue happening. We'll keep following it.
Right. As we take a look outside, shifting our focus now to the forecast. It's been another beautiful day. So, Steve, you were saying yesterday the reason we have such perfect blue skies right now is that lack of humidity that's in the air.
Yeah, humidity is water vapor, and it has the ability to cause little particles to clump into bigger particles. Center in the palm of your hand.
All right, thank you, Steve. Well, a mother claims she was kicked off a flight because her 2-year-old was not wearing a mask.
The alleged interaction that was all caught on camera coming up.
I'm Amy Wagner from Allworth. You're probably going to the grocery store more often these days than eating out less, and at the same time, grocery prices are up. So how do you save? Some great tips coming up.
A lot more news at 5:30. The coronavirus pandemic has caused a surge in outdoor activity.
Ashley Smith explains how companies are trying to keep up with the demand.
Plus, the final night of the Democratic National Convention. We're going to tell you who's in the lineup to speak.
Also, the trial begins for a man accused of the attempted murder of 2 local police officers. Mike Schell takes us inside the courtroom.